see right here in the gray.
Yeah, you said you're a martial arts enthusiast. What have you practiced or had?
Okay, I'm a martial arts enthusiast. What have I practiced or had an interest in? Yeah, enthusiast is a great word because it implies that I like it, but not that I'm any good at it. That's the important distinction. My first training was in Ryukyu Kempo. I went from there to Taekwondo, Shorin-ryu, Gojo Shoryu. I've done enough Aikido to know I wouldn't be very good at it. A little bit of Shaolin Kung Fu. And a bunch of fencing. So, blue t-shirt, or blue shirt, excuse me, yes.
Not counting Harry, do you have a favorite character?
Not counting Harry, do I have a favorite character?
Name on your ranger.
Oh, okay. I love writing Bob. Bob, I see, he's my inner puerile 14-year-old. He doesn't have to keep his mouth shut. So, I mean, he can say absolutely any appalling thing, and I like that about him. I like most of my characters, or I would be right. Oh, good, it's not me. Because I was sure that that would happen. Right here in the baseball hat.
How much backlash did you get for any changes the way you ended?
How much backlash did I get for writing any changes the way I did? A bunch, apparently. People felt it was a cliffhanger. I maintain that technically it was no cliffhanger, sir. Dresden sets out to rescue his daughter, even if it kills him, and it does. Yeah. But yeah, there was a lot of there were many screams. As the thousands of readers have cried out. It made me feel warm and happy. Because I gotta, people say, why do you hate Dresden so much? Why do you torture him? It's like, I'm not torturing Dresden. I'm torturing all of you. That's the fun.
Well, I mean, when I read that ending cliffhanger, the first thought that went through my head was, had you ever seen Misery?
Had I ever seen Misery?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. I don't sweat about that as much. I don't know why. I've never really felt a sense of personal danger from a band, which might just mean that I'm a lot stupider than stuff. It's entirely possible. I don't know. Over you. Who would I cast as Dresden? I don't know. I could see Captain Typants doing it. Interestingly, the actual series, the second place guy was Adam Baldwin, Jane. He would have been much bulldoggier Dresden, but they decided they wanted the dark, intense Dresden instead. That's what they went with Paul. But just so you knew, Adam Baldwin was the second guy. Over here.
Maybe I haven't found it yet, but is there or will there be a story about Kincaid and Murphy in Hawaii?
Will there ever be a story about Kincaid and Murphy in Hawaii? Yes. It's going to have to wait until I can do a little bit more research on Hawaiian gods. There's going to be issues with volcanoes and virgins and things. So.
If it's not a spoiler, what's Murphy doing for paycheck these days? Because you didn't mention that.
If it's not a spoiler, what's Murphy doing for paycheck these days? Well, stop and think about it. I'm sure it'll occur to you. Of course, you did talk about it with Dresden. Right here.
I got a question about the white fort. Each of the three main families that we know about have three aspects that they use to feed. Is that like a knife, spoon, or fork, or can they mix it up between?
The question is for the white fort, and they're feeding on the different emotions. Is that like knife, spoon, fork, or can they mix it up? The answer is that they can mix it up, and it's a real it's one of the things they fight about a lot about what because there's all this you are what you eat sort of thing in play, and the different houses kind of have different aspects, and they kind of divide things up like territory, and you can feed on all sorts of stuff. You could probably be the white fort vampire that fed on the warm, happy feeling that people get when they're holding a puppy. Although you'd probably sparkle if you did that. But yeah, they could choose to feed on other stuff, and it might actually be fun to show that in Thomas at some point. Right here, glasses on your head.
It's
side jobs. On the next book that you release some short stories, are we gonna see a story from Molly's perspective?
Are we gonna see a short story from Molly's perspective in the next collection of short stories? I don't know, maybe. That could be fun. Molly certainly has a unique perspective, especially after the events of the last book.
I love her character in the new book.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. Right over here, black shirt.
Two questions actually. One, what is your favorite MMO, if any?
Okay.
And two, are we ever gonna see the warden from Atlanta again in Winter Wolf?
Did I mention a warden from Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. There's Wikipedia. Probably, we'll probably see them somewhere. I mean, there's really not all that many wardens operating in North America, because it's in far less trouble than the rest of the world, generally speaking. As far as my favorite MMO, I EverQuested for a really, really long time. But I mean, it's really sort of eventually I realized that it's really sort of pointless to be playing a massive multiplayer online game when I did nothing but solo. I still play City of Heroes on occasion, where I'm the only one who's actually allowed to play Harry Dresden. They keep changing my name, and they keep changing my name to generic hero, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And I happen to point out to them, hey, I'm actually the copyright holder. I'm the only one who can use this. And so eventually they just made a note on my player profile that said, by the way, GMs is allowed to use this thing. Let's see, I'm trying to find people I haven't gotten. Go ahead, Reed. Yes.
I noticed on Twitter there's a guy, Harry Wizard, the other guy says Bullseye, and it's Rosen. I know you're on Twitter very sporadically. I don't see you.
Yeah, the folks who are role playing as characters from the book on Twitter. Yeah, have a good time. I could go be all dragging with the Sword of Treasure over copyright or something like that if I wanted to, but what would be the point? The entire purpose of these books is for people to read and have a good time, and they're reading and having a good time. What's the problem? But anyway, but I don't pay those guys or anything like that. They're generally goofy and a lot of fun, but they're goofy and a lot of fun.